Hey everybody, thanks for watching. In most cases, when your name is on the sheriff's sale list and your property is on the sheriff's sale list, your first option is that you want to do everything you can to keep your house. And typically, people do two things to attempt to keep their house. They're going to do a loan modification with their lender, or they'll get an attorney and file a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Yes, there's other options, but from my experience, those are two of the most popular options that people try in order to save their property. And if you want to save your house, then you should do everything that you possibly can to do that. Absolutely. And you want to exhaust that option, and hopefully it works out. However, I definitely recommend that you have a backup plan, because here's what happens. When you attempt to do a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, sometimes you're not able to meet the requirements of the bankruptcy and it doesn't go through as planned. Even though you file a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it can stay the sheriff's sale, but it may not necessarily terminate it. And what other people will do is do some sort of combination of the two, a bankruptcy along with a loan modification. The bankruptcy will allow you to restructure your debt overall, including your mortgage. And then hopefully, whatever that plan is, you're able to meet the requirements, you're able to follow through with it, renegotiate your overall debt, not just your mortgage, but your other debts, and be able to move forward and to begin to restructure and rebuild your life. Hopefully that works out. If it doesn't, because of one of a couple of reasons, like the loan modification that you attempt, the lender essentially just spits back the same deal that you had before and you can't afford it. Or you're not able to meet all the requirements for the loan modification. Maybe you're unemployed, or maybe you're sick and you can't work and you don't have pay stubs, you don't have bank statements, or your taxes haven't been filed, and you don't meet the requirements. So then essentially you've wasted all this time, or you spent all this time to attempt to save your house and do this loan modification, but it doesn't get approved and the clock is still ticking. So just because you do the loan modification, or you're attempting it, or you're attempting the bankruptcy, doesn't necessarily mean that the sheriff's sale is going to stop. So it's very important that you understand that. So what we suggest is that you have a backup plan. Now, again, you have to be completely convinced that this is the right option for you. And once you are, because either the bankruptcy doesn't work out, or the loan modification doesn't work out, or maybe you're just tired of the overall process as a whole and you just want to move on, then you give us a call. But we suggest that you do that as early in the process as possible. That way you have a relationship with us. We understand your circumstances. We understand your wants and your needs. You get to meet us. We have a rapport with one another. You understand our process and you trust it, and you see that it's a legitimate backup plan for you, or for others, a legitimate first option for you, whatever the case may be for you. So what we do is we ask that you give it a timeline. You say, you know what? We're going to attempt this process with the bankruptcy. We're going to attempt it with the loan modification up to a certain date. You give us a call 90 days beforehand, 60 days beforehand. I'd say the latest 30 days beforehand or so. And you tell us, hey, look, we're attempting these things. It's not working out. We'd like to have a conversation about selling our house. And that's when we tell you exactly what we can do for you. And then you say, okay, look, we're going to keep going down this road for a little while. If it doesn't work out 60 to 30 days beforehand, we'll give you a call and we'll start the process to sell the house. That way, all your bases are covered. That way, your plan A is to keep the house, your plan B is to sell the house, and you already have the ball rolling on both. We want to make sure for you that you have all the bases covered. If it works out that you keep your house, great. There's no obligation for us. If it doesn't work out, then we already have your information. You already have a relationship with us, and we're already moving forward. And it's easy for us to hit the ground running to get you to the settlement table so that you can hopefully get some cash at closing, especially if you have equity in the house. If you don't, and we're able to do a short sale with your lender, then we can still get you a little bit of cash to help you move on. So that's the point of this. There is hope for you. This is just a season of your life. And one way or another, if the bankruptcy works out, you're able to stay and you're able to move on. If it doesn't, then hopefully we can purchase that house from you, get you some cash, and you're able to move on and restructure your life. Now, if you have any questions, you want to give us a call at 484-202-0675. You can shoot us an email at northstarhomes2019@gmail.com. I hope this was informative. This is sort of a piggyback off of all the videos I did during the recession, because we can offer people another option. And I hope this is a legitimate option for you. And if you have questions, we can answer all of them. And we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching.